Community Commerce, or ComCom, is designed to digitize cash transactions for the base of the pyramid, also known as the BOP. But getting people who live on $2 a day to use digital instead of cash requires innovation, especially when the average transaction size is 50 cents. And providing financing to BOP merchants requires verifiable sales data. ComCom is designed so that the bank or microfinancing institution onboards the merchant, and the merchant onboards the consumer. It is contactless and simple to use, works online and offline, and is free to the BOP. Here's how it works. Merchants are regularly challenged to find small coins for change from low-value transactions, and consumers are sometimes required to take a piece of candy in place of the change they really need. ComCom creates digital change by allowing the small amount of change to be added to a digital card, creating the first step from cash to digital. For example, a consumer buys a loaf of bread for 1 metical, about 2 cents. She pays with a 20 metical coin. The merchant provides the change on ComCom. To issue the card, he selects Issue from the terminal and taps the card. After the merchant enters the consumer's information, she receives a one-time password via SMS. The consumer enters her password and PIN into the terminal. The account is written to the card, and the consumer can now use it. To provide change, the terminal asks the merchant if the consumer wants to cash in, and he presses Yes. The terminal asks for the cash-in amount. The merchant enters the 19 metical change from the loaf of bread, then his PIN and taps the card. The 19 metical is moved from the merchant's terminal to the consumer's card. The same consumer can now go to any ComCom merchant and use her 19 meticals to make a purchase digitally. To receive payment for the purchase, the merchant presses Receive, enters the amount he'll get from the consumer's card, and taps the card against the terminal until he sees Received with the amount and transaction number. Now the consumer has made 2 purchases, the initial one in cash and the second one digitally. With ComCom, we've now successfully introduced digital services to a customer segment that transacts trillions of dollars in cash every year. As these customers become more comfortable using digital and their transaction histories are more visible to banks, it will become easier to ladder them up to traditional MasterCard digital services. We are building the digital behaviors, products and infrastructure to include marginalized individuals in mainstream economies. This is the first step on the consumer journey of inclusion, access and prosperity.